Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Lush Gardener. So today I wanted to share a little bit about this Crassula Falacata, and you can see it is about to put out a bloom. Now I wanted to talk a little bit about this bloom stalk and what are the characteristics of this plant. Now, of course, this plant can be kept in morning direct sunlight. I wouldn't say for 5 to 6 hours, but you can keep it until 3 to 4 hours. I think that is going to work out really well. Because this particular variety doesn't change its color. It's going to stay more on the green, and it does get these stress colors. Basically, it gets all these spots, as you can see. It will start to get these red spots when it starts to get stressed. But the best what you can do is keep them in indirect bright light. Now you can see there are two heads on this. Basically, there are two new plants growing. Now I have not done any cutting on this. I will try to find a picture of when I had got this plant. I had got this plant as a gift from one of my friend, and it was just one single plant. And now you can see this is the mother plant below, and these are the two new pups that have come up, and I've not done any cutting. So what exactly happened over here is, you can see this bloom. The same bloom had erupted in the center over here. Now we all know whenever a plant tends to put out a bloom in the center, it's considered to be a death bloom. And this was something, a new learning for me as well. So I thought I will share it with you guys as well, because we all know Crassula is not a monocarpic succulent. What is a monocarpic succulent? What is a polycarpic succulent? I'll put the link in the description below. You can check it out. It's related with the death bloom. Basically, a monocarpic succulent will die after it blooms, whereas a polycarpic succulent will continue to grow and it will continue to bloom as long as the succulent is alive. It will keep blooming throughout its lifetime. But monocarpic succulent, as soon as it blooms, it will die. And the blooms of monocarpic succulents usually starts from the center. This is where I was a little bit concerned, because when the mother plant started to put out a bloom, it was right in the center. As you can see, this one, it's right in the center. You can see this is the bloom stalk. So this is where I thought, how is it even possible for a polycarpic succulent to put out a bloom stalk from the center and still stay alive? So that was a very new learning for me as well. And because Crassulas are polycarpic. So after the plant was done blooming, the stalk happened to die off. I took out the stalk and I was waiting to see what's going to happen next. How will the plant grow further? And that's when I seen the magic. The center portion, like how we tend to do our cuttings, the center portion is not putting out any growth. Basically, the mother plant is only the lower portion, that is it. But it started to put out new growth, not from the center but from the side. So basically, the center where the bloom had started, probably that portion has stopped the growth, and it's now putting out the growth from the side. So this was something very interesting for me. As I said, when you're growing plants, when you're growing succulents, every day is something that you learn new. And this is what I learned from this particular variety of succulent, that once the blooms are done, even though the bloom starts from the center, the mother plant does not die, but the mother plant will start putting out the new set from the side. Now what's going to happen over here, again, the bloom will open up. Once the bloom is done, this portion is completely done. It is going to stay as it is, but then it is going to put more growth on the sides like this. So that is how this plant tends to grow. I want to do a cutting, but I'm not very sure what should I do. What I'll do is I'll just wait for this bloom to show up. Once it's done, that is when I will separate it, because there's no point of separating it right now. Probably this one I will separate it later on once I figure out where to cut, because this plant is very compact. This is the older leaf. It's very thick, not like a regular Echeverias wherein the leaves can easily come off. You can see it's very thick. The leaves are very thick. They do not get affected with mealybugs. I haven't seen any mealybugs on this plant. And you can see the plants are kind of, I don't know what term to be given to this. It's more like a zigzag, and I don't exactly know where is the stem in order to cut. So probably you can see, I think this white portion is where the stem is connected, and that is what I'll have to cut. But I'm not going to do it right now. You can see everything is wet. It has been raining. I don't want to take a chance. I don't want the same thing to happen what happened to the Crassula Red Pagoda. So I'm going to leave it as it is. So once the rains subside, I will then go ahead and do a cutting. I'm not going to do anything as of now. So you can see there's all water everywhere. So I do not want to take a chance. But this is what it is. If you have a Crassula Falacata. If it is getting a bloom, don't be worried, it's not a death bloom. Crassulas are polycarpic succulents, which means that they will bloom. The blooms will die, the mother plant will continue to grow, and as and when it starts to grow, it will give out multiple pups. So I will be separating them probably some other day. I will definitely keep you guys updated and make a video on it. But so the mother plant is going to be like a machine that is going to keep producing the offsets. But unfortunately, the shape of this plant, it's known for this beautiful growth like this. So unfortunately, that growth is going to be disrupted because there will be pups coming up. So the mother plant will not have a uniform growth or a straight growth. It is going to keep getting multiplied and branched out like this. But the beauty of this particular succulent is on its leaves. You can see that's how it tends to go. It's also called as the propeller plant, but the scientific name is Crassula Falacata. Absolutely beautiful succulent from the genus of Crassula. So guys, that's all about it. I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button. And if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe, and keep propagating.